Good morning, everybody. It is super early. It's before 7 a.m. and your boy got up extra early so that I could record this podcast before going into work.
The city of New York, Boricua from the Bronx.
Eric Adams is the new New York City mayor. He will take office in January 1st of 2022. New York City is a pretty much democratic city, which means that the election is really decided in the primary. If you are not registered as a Democrat, then you cannot vote in the Democratic primary, which is really where the election is decided. It is very, very, very unlikely that a guy like Curtis Sliwa would ever win in a place like New York City, because he's running on the Republican ticket. And mind you, that's despite Sliwa being a never Trumper. By simply being a Republican, he pretty much kills his chances in New York City. I had a friend by the name of Stacey Pressman who was running on the Libertarian ticket. She got 0.28% of the vote. Again, nobody knows her. You know, it's very unlikely that she would have won. It's just the way it is. In New York City, the Democrats are going to win, and usually they are part of the machine. So if you really want your vote to count, I hate to say it, but you have to be registered as a Democrat, because you are picking the one who will win in the primary, more than likely. So when I voted in this primary, I voted for Eric Adams. The reason I voted for Eric Adams, I've said it before, is because he was a police officer. He's from the hood, coming from poverty, just like myself, who came from the hood, came from poverty, and has worked his way up the ranks in the NYPD, has been a senator, became Brooklyn Borough president, and is now the mayor of New York City. Well, as of now, mayor-elect. Let's use the correct language. Language matters. That's gangster. You know, that's what's up. That's not like some dude who was like a Cuomo, right? A Cuomo who was just given the position. Sure, we voted for him and we voted him in, but it's a family. His dad was a freaking governor. It's a family freaking run show. So that was like a silver spoon situation. This guy didn't have no silver spoon. He had to actually work for it and earn it. That's what I'm talking about when I say not like a Cuomo, right? We voted for Cuomo, but let's be real. It's a dynasty of freaking politicians, the whole family, whatever. So come on. Now, I wanted Eric to get out there and fight for the vote, right? Because I kind of felt like, you know, he was probably taken for granted since he won the primary that he was it. And he wasn't wrong. Right? He wasn't wrong in making that assumption. We all knew he was going to win. When we went to that primary and we voted for the candidate that we wanted to win the mayoral election. It was as simple as that. So that's who I chose. I have my reasons. I've stated them. And as expected, Eric Adams is now the new mayor. Now, I mean, compared to the other candidates, with except maybe Andrew Yang, who I don't think would have been too extreme in either direction, those other people worried me too much. You know, some of them were too far left, too far. You know, they want to completely like reduce the police to such a high level. You can't. We're not that good as people. There are too many criminals here. You can't get rid of the cops, man. I know the cops do some messed up stuff out there. I know that. And we're working on that. I hope we work on that and we fix it. Consequently, that's why I voted for Eric Adams, because he was a cop. And I think that gives him a unique positioning and insight that many others would definitely not have. He knows the inner workings of the NYPD. He was a captain. But the answer is not getting rid of them entirely. That's just not going to work. We would be devoured. You would be devoured. I have a better chance than a lot of people. But I'm not this hardened street guy either. I have the background. I come from the hood. I have means to defend myself. I train. But at the end of the day, when you're talking out here with people with guns and shootings and stabbings and gangs, you're not going to be able to resist that unless you're part of that. And I'm not. Are you? I'm not. So we need law enforcement. And those other candidates, they were very anti-law enforcement. And nah, we couldn't have that. We can't have that. I know there are problems and we need to work on them, but I'm not supporting anybody ever who wants to get rid of the police department in such a way that we will end up completely defenseless. As it stands already, I feel like in the street we are at the mercy of the criminals. Look at how my wife was assaulted. You think they ever caught anybody? Nope. You think they really cared or even tried? Nope. Now, what if my wife had the means to defend herself at that moment? She could have handled it. But New York City will never allow that. Will never allow us to defend ourselves and not punish us. When I asked the police officers, hey, if I was there and I defend her and I'd stop the guy, oh, you're going to get arrested too. Well, what kind of crap is that? So we're already at the mercy of the criminals. And you want to make it so that it's worse? That they have more power over us? Nah, come on, y'all. That's why I voted for Eric Adams. I mean, that's real talk, people. You know, I know we have problems with law, but that's not the solution. And anybody here with half a brain understands that if we get rid of all the cops, the people are going to be screwed. We can't self-govern. We can't protect ourselves. Most of you can't protect yourselves. You can't. So you don't want to vote for some extremist who's going to like have the NYPD back out there stomping our faces in and stuff. We don't want that. But we don't want somebody who's going to get rid of the cops either. We want somebody who can bridge the communications between the NYPD and the civilians. Somebody who's been there. Somebody who's been where we are, where we're in the hood, where we come from. Somebody who can talk both languages. That's what I believe we need. We need someone who's going to punish the NYPD when they do bad things. We need someone who's going to really hold them to their standards. And I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I didn't make a mistake. I hope that Eric Adams is the guy for that. But on that same note, we need someone who knows the NYPD. Someone who will reward the good officers for doing a good job. Balance, people. We can't be extremes. I'm sorry. We can't. It won't work. It sucks, but it's the reality. It's the reality. We need them to protect us. And that's why I voted for Eric Adams, because Eric Adams was a cop. He knows how to navigate the police system. And it is my hope that his ideas and him bringing back certain task forces and those individuals in a way that is better, being that now he's in a position of power. He has complained about discrimination and racism from the NYPD. Maybe now it'll be better. I hope. Eric, man, congratulations. You know, your homeboy is my neighbor. We met in our building before. I voted for you. Dude, help the city. Help us all out, man. You're one of us. You come from where we come from. Don't let us down. Congratulations, Eric Adams, New York City's second black mayor. And I hope you do some great work, and I wish you all the success in the world, because your success is our success.
You are listening to the NYC Talking podcast. www.nyctalking.com. Please like NYC Talking on Facebook. Please follow Angel R. Talk on Twitter and Instagram. We are NYC Talking, the realest lifestyle blog ever. Thanks for listening.